Start before you're ready. Have you ever waited for the perfect moment to start something? Maybe it was launching a business, starting a YouTube channel, going back to school, or simply chasing a dream that's been sitting quietly in the back of your mind. You told yourself, I'll begin when I'm ready. When I have more time, more money, more confidence, but somehow that moment never comes. There's always one more reason to wait, one more skill to learn, one more fear to overcome. And so you prepare, plan, and think, but deep down you know you're standing still. Here's the truth that most people never realize until it's too late. The perfect moment doesn't exist. You don't get ready before you start. You get ready by starting. There was once a young man who dreamed of starting a business. Every day he'd read books, watch tutorials, and write down ideas in his notebook. He convinced himself that once he knew everything, once he had every step figured out, then he'd finally begin. The weeks turned into months. Months turned into years. And while he was still preparing, others around him took action. They made mistakes, sure, some even failed. But they learned, improved, and grew, while he stayed in the same place, waiting for confidence to magically appear. One day, he looked around and realized something powerful. The people he admired weren't smarter, richer, or luckier. They just started earlier. They didn't wait to be ready. They decided to move despite uncertainty. And so, one morning, he finally took that first messy, imperfect step. His heart was pounding, his hands were shaking, and his mind was full of doubt, but he did it anyway. And that one step changed everything. Because momentum creates confidence, not the other way around. You see, every dream you have, every goal you want to achieve, is waiting for you on the other side of action. You don't need to see the entire path, you just need to take the next step. Think about it. Every expert you admire was once a beginner. Every confident speaker once trembled during their first talk. Every successful creator once uploaded a video that nobody watched. They all started with fear. They all started imperfectly. But they started. That's the secret no one tells you. Confidence isn't built in silence. It's built in motion. You find your strength through the act of doing. And yes, it will be uncomfortable. You'll doubt yourself. You'll face criticism. You'll make mistakes. But those are signs that you're growing. Most people never fail because they never try. They get stuck in the cycle of someday. Someday when things are easier. Someday when they feel brave enough. Someday when the timing is right. But someday is just another word for never. The only way to be ready is to begin before you are. The moment you take action, you gain clarity. The moment you take a step, the path begins to reveal itself. You don't need permission. You don't need the perfect setup. You just need to decide that your dream is worth the risk of imperfection. So whatever you've been putting off, start today. Record that first video, even if it's not perfect. Write that first paragraph, even if the words feel awkward. Make that first call, even if your voice shakes. Because that small, imperfect action will do more for your dreams than 1,000 days of hesitation. Progress doesn't come from perfection. It comes from courage. And one day, you will look back and realize that everything began with that single brave moment when you stopped waiting to be ready. That was the moment your entire life began to shift. That was the moment you proved to yourself that you were capable of more than fear ever allowed you to believe. You don't need to be ready. You just need to begin. Because the world doesn't reward those who wait, it rewards those who start. If this message speaks to you, subscribe to Rise Daily and let's take this journey together. One imperfect, powerful step at a time. This is only day one of becoming unstoppable.